first we're just going to take this plastic off of this bowl really quick. Hold on, guys. We got to get our set in order. Hold on. Okay, shower cap going.
I thought maybe it was like a Halloween thing, like it was a spider web.
We're just going to get our set in order. We got you guys covered. So
a very spectacular episode of Rising. Go ahead.
So first it was D.C., then Memphis and Chicago. Now with National Guard troops patrolling the streets of the Windy City, Portland is drawing the attention of President Trump. And it looks like the next city that'll be targeted for federal takeover.
Trump posted to Truth Social over the weekend to make the announcement, writing, quote, "At the request of Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, I am directing Secretary of War Pete Hegseth to provide all necessary troops to protect war-ravaged Portland and any of our ICE facilities under siege from attack by Antifa and other domestic terrorists. I am also authorizing full force if necessary."
Now, following that post, Oregon leaders pushed back on the idea that Portland was a war-ravaged city, or even that any help was necessary. Here's Oregon Governor Tina Kotek.
I spoke with the president. I asked him not to send troops. I tried to understand his reasoning, and I told him we are taking care of it, that I have full faith and confidence in local law enforcement, and the folks here today, we do not need federal troops. And I said, we disagree, and he said, well, let's keep talking.
Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield has also sued the Trump administration to block the president from deploying the National Guard. Meantime, Portland residents and visitors seem to be more confused than anything about Trump's claims of violence. Take a listen.
Not war ravaged. There's not war anything here.
I don't know if they're looking at, they dislike the homeless, the unhoused populations, which we do have. I mean, we fully admit that there's a systemic problem here. But if that's what they're considering war ravaged, like, I don't know. Graffiti, street art, like all the things that make Portland what it is.
I've been here for 2.5 weeks, walking around by myself, feel totally safe day and night, and have had no issues at all.
Oregon Senator Ron Wyden also responded to Trump's announcement with this video on social media, writing, quote, "Taken just a few minutes ago outside the ICE facility in Portland. The Trump claims is under siege. My message to Donald Trump is this: we don't need you here. Stay the hell out of our city." But that does not sit well, obviously, with conservatives who were quick to respond with videos that showed less peaceful scenes at the facility. And conservative influencer and journalist Andy Ngo taking a step further, offering to personally show Senator Wyden where the unrest is. He wrote on X, "The riots happen mostly at night outside ICE. Antifa are sleeping during the day. Do you want to go undercover with my colleagues and live stream so you can have a more accurate understanding? Have your team message me and I can certainly arrange that."
Now, according to the Hill's reporting, demonstrations at that Portland facility have occurred throughout the summer, but have remained largely peaceful since they peaked in early June. So far, there have been no fatalities. Okay, this is the thing again. Everything is not a national emergency, and Trump likes to use that term so that he can over and abuse his power. And I don't think that if local leaders do not want you in a city or state, that has to be valid, especially when the entire conservative stance, which I know Trump is anti-everything traditionally conservative, but the entire conservative stance has always been to allow states to govern themselves and cities to govern themselves and every other thing. But when he wants to send the National Guard, he's sending it for any issue. It could be immigration. It could be crime. It's like, let states govern, provide them with the resources. He called this woman up and said, hey, we want to help your local leadership. She said, oh, I'm good right now. No, thanks. Oh, we'll keep talking. And then he makes a national announcement on, Truth Social, and says, oh, yeah, we're going there next. It's like condescending, disrespectful, and also just out of order for a Republican to do.
Remember when part of Portland was held hostage by Antifa? Remember the Chaz zone? There was like, that stood for something, the something zone. You don't remember the autonomous zone? They occupied part of the city, kicked out the police force, and purported that it was their own little kingdom. So, and local leaders were totally incompetent in dealing with that. So I have no faith
was this?
in the. That was years ago.
Ancient history. So we're talking about right now.
4 years
the ICE
ago.
facility is not under siege.
I'm saying why I don't trust local leaders to deal with problems. Maybe the ICE facility is not under siege. Maybe it's the result of perfully fine protesting.
No violence has occurred.
No fatalities have occurred, is what we read.
Largely peaceful is what we read.
I was going to say I don't love the idea. Again, Trump said war-ravaged. Pete Hegseth is now the Secretary of War. I don't like the idea of considering domestic crime to be an issue of war, because war is against an external threat. And I think we can give the federal government too much authority when we start using war-like rhetoric with respect to the American people themselves. So I don't agree with the message, and I wouldn't waste federal troops in a city or a state that wants absolutely nothing to do with them. But that is not a vote of confidence in the leadership of Portland or the government of Portland or the people that are like, oh yeah, we just have tons of vagrancy and homelessness and graffiti and we love it. Okay, if you really love it, I guess it's not my problem then.
Well,
have fun with that.
There's certainly room for improvement, which is where you and I agree. I think that local law enforcement should name out how they could use federal help. If they need more police officers or they need help in certain areas,
they don't want police officers, fine.
They should list it out, and the president hopefully can help since he has the resources.
Then they don't
but
get
we're
help.
spending so much money sending people there in a fashion that nobody, even the citizens, didn't ask for. Like I read the AP article, it supports those sound bites we had. People are genuinely confused. Like, why would there be troops and boots on the ground?
They don't understand that you don't have to live like this.
They
can be nice. Cities can be nice. It's unbelievable. It's incredible. They can just be nice.
We're going to keep talking about this because he's going to do it more, I'm sure.
Up next, former Trump lawyer Michael Cohen stunned an MSNBC panel over comments that he made about the James Comey case. Don't go anywhere.